All right, welcome to the channel. I have Steffon. Steffon here is going to be sharing his recovery journey. He was in the mentorship, and I'm super glad he's here. Steffon, welcome. How you doing, man?
I'm fine, man. How are you? Hope all is well.
Yeah, man. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Steffon, let's get into it. Tell the people listening, what were some of your biggest symptoms? I know what they were, but could you tell me what some of your biggest
Well,
anxiety symptoms were?
hands down, my biggest symptom was derealization.
Mhm.
That was like my major battle. I reached the point like I was so derealized, I didn't even know who I was, where I was, or like what was even reality right now. Like, am I living or am I dead? Sometimes that's how it was actually felt like. From the minute I wake up straight until I go to bed, that's just my day. That was my toughest, biggest thing. And when those panic attacks came in, it's like it just got more intense.
Hmm.
Like it flipped from 0 to 1,000 real quick.
Yeah.
And that there, coupled with the fear, those fearful, dreadful thoughts, and the what's the phrase I'm looking for? The irrational thoughts.
Mhm.
Those irrational thoughts was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it was. So those I would say were my biggest challenge, and
Right.
I had.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, you're right. It's the irrational thoughts I find like that sometimes um fuels all of it. And how did all of it begin? Like how long ago, and how did it all start?
Well, actually, how do I put this? This is like my second recovery journey, but
Mm.
my final. Because when I was 14, I believe, I just 13 or 14, I was now going to high school. I would have got my first panic attack. I didn't know what was going on with me. I was in school by myself, walking across from one block to the other, and boom, this thing just hit me, and I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here?" And I quickly ran to like the closest teacher I could have find, and I was like, "Something's happening. I don't know what's happening." And I just went home. My day just, my life changed. Everything changed. Everything went upside down. For a week, I didn't know what was going on with me. What the hell to say to people? They just ask why it's so quiet. What's going on? I don't know how to respond. Um, but then it took me about 3 years because where I'm from in Trinidad, they don't have much um, let's say psychologists or psychiatrists that are aware of the whole anxiety thing back then. This would have been like what, like 10, 12 years ago or more. So it was difficult until I actually found someone that told me, it's panic attack, it's anxiety, and I now had a slight idea what was going on. So it took me about another three years till I
Mhm.
actually kind of sort of get a grasp on myself and things started to come back normal. But then it was at the beginning of 2020, I believe, yeah, just like boom, during the pandemic, I got this real terrifying panic attack while I was sitting watching TV for no random reason. I just got this panic attack and it flipped again and it went back. I felt like I was back when I was 13 or 14 and I was going through the same thing again until, well, I met you.
Yeah.
Now I'm back on track, back on this road to recovery, well recovered, and things are great now. But yeah, that's basically how it went.
Right, right. And comparing the first time to the second time, when you got out the second time, you did mention that you knew it was a panic attack, but did you know how you came out of it the first time?
No,
Hmm.
I don't know. I literally just went day by day,
Yeah.
just trying to fight it.
Yeah.
And I believe during that period of time, up until now, like before 2020, from when I was 14 up until then, I would say I was coping, I was managing it because I used to get panic attacks like, I don't know, between 10 to 15 per day back then. And then it lessened over the years where I would get like 3 per year in the last set of years going forward. But there, I still had the irrational thoughts, the fears, the DPDR, you name it. Every single symptom you could think about, I sure I had it. I am 100% sure I had all. And I don't know how to explain, but it wasn't how I was responding now. But back then, I would just try to shove it in the back of my head
Mhm.
and try to sink the thoughts. But I was just bottling up, I guess, bottling everything up.
Hmm.
But now with your program, I learned how to respond to them. And now I'm actually facing it rather than running from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Yeah. A lot of people, I don't know if you remember this, Stefan, but like there was a lot of people in the program too that like they would say a lot of times, yo, I've came out of this before, but like
Yeah.
I'm back in and I don't know how I got myself out. And it's typically like when that happens, it's like they kind of got out of it unconsciously. But to me, I feel like they didn't really get out because they fell back in. And so the goal is to never
Correct.
fall back in. And so now you're consciously responding, man. And so that's amazing to hear. And so where are you at right now, man? Like what are you up to right now? What are all the things you're doing? How is life looking like right now?
Perfectly fine. I mean, I have my days when things might pop up, irrational thoughts. You know, I feel like a DP coming on, but it's like, whatever. You
Mhm.
know, like I just respond, just go out with my day. Um, Finishing school, finishing my law degree, dealing with life, working, running a business,
Yeah.
and I'm just relaxed. Compared to the beginning of this pandemic in 2020, I remember I could not stay home, not
Mm.
even for 5 minutes. So when I get up, I would run straight to the bathroom, dress, change, jump in my car, and I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out the house because I couldn't stay home. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't relax. I couldn't talk, like just be normal. I couldn't do these things. Even this, what I'm doing now, I couldn't even attend my classes because I can't sit home and look at my classes online. So I would just be out whole day until like 7 when it's time to sleep. 8, jump in my bed, sleep again, and repeat for months.
Yeah.
And now, well, look at me, I'm just chilling. I
Nice.
could watch a movie. I mean, people might not think it's a big thing, but being able to lie down and watch a movie, that's a huge accomplishment for me now.
Same. It was the small things. It was ironically the small things that were the biggest wins for me. I remember when I
Yeah,
was traveling, I was like, whatever. But it was for me small things like going on a drive by myself, being able to work for a little bit,
yeah,
pass and not having those things I remember the most. And those because they seemed so impossible.
it
Yeah,
was.
right.
As you mentioned drives. I thought driving by myself was impossible, but now I go for drives.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Even showering, like that seeed like
Oh
terrifying.
my. Ugh.
I
Let me
remember,
don't get started with showering.
I
I
remember,
could not.
yeah,
I would have to like get my phone. I remember that was so embarrassing. That was one of the worst things, symptomatically like embarrassing. I would remember calling somebody randomly while bathing. They were like, "Is your shower on?" No, I'm not bathing.
it's all right, man. It's fine. It's fine, man. It's so common though, you know, like I hear it all the time in the mentorship. So like it's to me, it's not that big of a deal. I'm curious with what was your turning point, Stefan? Like where did things really start clicking for you? Like what was those? Like I'm sure there wasn't one moment like that, but like could you describe some of the moments where like things were you were like, oh, okay, this is how it works. How was that experience for you?
Well, honestly, I really thought things got so bad till I thought something was wrong with me in my house, well, with my parents' house where I live now. So I moved out
Hmm.
and I got an apartment and slowly started to realize, like, I mean, it's the same thing, nothing different. Um, but while I was there in the mentorship, I remember I would message Keely, or I would always be jumping on calls, can't wait for calls, you know, like every Wednesday, Thursday. I can't wait for calls.
Mhm.
And as Keely used to tell me, wait, respond correctly. Like, just don't worry about it if you all disappear. And I could not believe a word Keely said. I was like, you're talking craziness, you're talking nonsense. It will never go. This here to stay, it will never go. And how it began recovering, like how I began recovering was like slowly, it was like a timeline. Like I respond correctly this day, and I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna take tablets today. Um, just gonna feel the DP, let myself allow it, go through it. Like, okay, it's gonna be fine. But guys, it wasn't easy. It was tough. I mean, it was real tough. And then gradually, it left. I just realized, like, okay, we are buddies now. So, I mean, we're gonna live and do this together.
Yeah.
And there wasn't one point I could pinpoint that, you know, it went,
Mhm.
but man, wow. Actually thinking about it now is like, wow, it was intense. But
Yeah.
after I would say like a period of 2 weeks responding correctly, it, it decreased.
Mhm.
And I remember just like messaging, I think it was Kilo. I was like, yo, I don't really feel DP no more. How did this happen?
Yeah. Yeah. And then you try to figure it out, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you would attend her calls. I remember Caesar would also be there and like all
Yeah,
the calls. Yeah, man. And it's great to see, man, because I remember when you first joined. I remember the difficulty,
yeah,
struggles, and it's so great to see like the progress and the way you're talking to. I'm like, gets it. He's good. Like, great to see it, man. It's fantastic. Like,
good. I don't know. I can't thank you enough. I mean, I had a lot of support as well with family and friends. I mean, my friends was there all for it, but you taught me how to respond. This program is what taught me how to respond. Something I wouldn't have gotten nowhere else, I believe, you know. It was that just that trick I needed. That
yeah,
was like one trick. Like I read stuff, I did stuff, I countless things, but this time, yeah, it was a different.
dude. I mean, here's what I always say, man. You did all the work. We just like pointed you on what to do. You did it, and I'm telling you, man, like I'm just glad to be part of the journey, man. Like, cause it's like I always describe it. It's like watching a movie. That's like my favorite movie, but I've seen it
Yeah,
multiple times. But like when you're going through it, it's like I'm watching you go through it, and like you watching the movie. And so it feels like I'm going through it for like the first time. And like it's nice to like watch the journey.
the journey, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so, like I say, I mean, like you put in the work, man, and it's awesome and it's great, Stefan. And like I know Shiv is very proud of you too.
Yeah.
I'm all very proud of you, man. And my next question is, what would you tell somebody, man, that's like really, you know, in the worst state that you're in, you know, that's watching this right now? What would you tell them right now?
What I would tell somebody is, don't, I mean, you'll try all sorts of things. You would Google, you would check symptoms, you'll go by multiple doctors, you'll go by multiple psychologists. You'll be like, Doc, am I mad? Am I crazy? Am I going insane? Am I schizophrenic? Am I this? Am I that? And then you slowly start losing hope in every single thing because you'll try this, you'll try that, you'll try the CBD oils, you'll try the lavender oils, you'll try everything. And you'll be like, I'm doomed. This is my life. But it definitely isn't. Because if I could overcome that stage of my life, anyone could. Because trust me, I thought I was dead.
Yeah.
I thought that was it. I thought that was final destination, no turning back, no recovery. And look at me. I'm recovered. Just don't lose that hope, because it is possible to get out of that DP state. It is possible to get out of that irrational thought behavior, those patterns, and you're not going crazy, because I know that's the number one fear.
Yeah.
You're nuts. I thought I was mad, hands down.
Yeah. I always say my recovery started when I thought I hit rock bottom. When I always described it as game over.
Yeah.
It's finished. This is it. It happened, and yeah, and that's, you know, I thought that too, and it's so interesting, right? It's like once you get better, you're like, oh, like anybody, like this was it, you know, because you know you feel like you were in such a, you know,
yeah.
and I remember, Steffon, you know, like you, myself, everybody, like I remember your journey, like in the very beginning too, and like I know, like you had that fear, and you know, you were, you know, there were a lot of things that were going on, and like seeing you from there to now, it's like amazing to see that journey, like, and yeah,
It definitely was. I mean, something I should mention is when it first began, when I was 13, 14, I would have really thought, I was convinced I was going crazy.
mm-hmm.
That was one of the things that kind of drive everything, because I would just sit there and be like, am I really going insane? And the thoughts I would have, the irrational things that going on, I would really think I am going insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got over that, and I realized like I wasn't going insane. And then boom, in 2020, when this thing came back, that same cycle happened again. Am I going crazy? And I almost convinced myself again. And I did therapy sessions for months, spoke to like 6 different psychiatrists. I actually read what's called the DSM-5
Yeah.
cover to cover, tried to self-diagnose myself after 6 psychologists told me, no, you're not insane. I was like, yes, I am going insane. I told this one psychologist, I was like, you are wrong. I think I am schizophrenic, or I'm going to be schizophrenic, and you need to do your work properly. You're just not picking it up. I was convinced until, well, I just dealt with the irrational thoughts.
Well, you know, I'm telling you, I did the same thing, but I did it with actual doctors. You know, I had a doctor that looked at me, and he like looked at my chart and looked back at me, and he's like, you don't look that sick. And I told him, I'm like, you're crazy. I want a different doctor. I literally told him that to his face. And that doctor, he was like, I'll get you another doctor, but you have to take this Ambien if you want. Like he didn't say it like that, but he was like, okay, but like I can get you another doctor, but I'm gonna prescribe you an Ambien. Cause like it was like an anti-anxiety thing. Cause I was like, oh, there's something wrong. We need to get to the bottom of this. And I felt like I was disregarded so much that I was like tired of being disregarded. And this doctor just like irked me, you know? And he was right. He was the one that made me realize, oh my God, this is anxiety. I was like, oh, so this is how it works. But man, I was so rude to that doctor. And
I know I think I need to apologize to a few of them. I question their medical license. I question their ability to be a practitioner. I really did.
It's all right, man. You're better now, and you're helping a lot of people, man, by sharing your story. And and it's amazing from my perspective, just to see from where you're at, you were, where you are. It's awesome, Steffon. I'm glad you joined, man. I'm glad you joined. I'm glad I get to be a part of it. You know, and now it's good. You know, now this won't be a problem again. You know, because you're done. This chapter's closed. It's moving on.
Close.
Anything else before we wrap up? Anything you want to share? Any last words of, you know, like inspiration or anything like that that you would want to mention? I know you mentioned some already, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, basically what I would say to others out there is really and truly, I know how exactly you feel, because I think I maybe touched on just like 5 or 6 of the symptoms, but I could call like 1,000 plus symptoms I had. And if you reach out to me, I will tell you, yes, I had that. Yes, you had that. And there is hope. I really, really want you to know that. I don't know how much to express this, but I say this from the deepest my heart could find. Is like, you will recover. You can recover. It's not impossible. Every single symptom that you're experiencing now, it will come to an end. It definitely will. One day you'll just realize, you'll look back, you'll be like, wow, he really did say that. It will happen. So just don't lose hope, guys. Just keep there and just how to know how to respond to it, and not. My whole thing was not chasing after it, not fighting it back, but just letting it be. And by letting it be, it let go. Everything just let go. Yeah, that's basically my last words there.
I love it, man. I love it. And yeah, dude, appreciate you hopping on the channel. And everybody, I hope you enjoy the video. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Definitely.